maybe, just maybe, life is not boring, but you are. And maybe the reason why you're stuck is not because you can't get yourself unstuck, but because you don't want to get yourself unstuck. You see, for you to get unstuck, there has to be change. Something has to change. And usually that something is you. Something about you has to change for you to get unstuck, and you don't want to change. You want things to remain the same. And for a lot of us, when we say we're feeling stuck, this is how we would describe it, that you're doing the same thing over and over again. You're facing the same problems over and over again. You're having the same conversations over and over again. You're having the same relationship over and over again with different people. So you feel stuck because nothing new is happening, nothing different is happening. You're feeling the same way every day. You're saying the same thing every day. And you seem to be also hearing the same thing every day. And so when we're in a session, we try to assess what you mean carefully. And we start looking at these conversations that you're saying are the same over and over again to see if that is actually true. And as you look at the conversations, as you tell me about your conversations, you start noticing that the conversations have similarities, but they're not always the same. There are some opportunities to make the conversations different. And those opportunities are usually given to you by life, which you think is boring because you think it's just giving you the same conversations. Now, the problem is that even when life gives you something new, you keep responding in the same old way. So you have this one way that works for everything. You have this one solution that solves everything, that fixes everything. You have this one way of responding in a conversation that seems to work for all conversations. And you use it all the time and it works. So the reason you keep using it is because it gives you the same result that you want, that allows you to stay the same. But it also gives you the same experience, the same quality of experience all the time. And we call that the Einstellung effect. When a person continues to use an old method because they're strongly attached to it, an old way of fixing things to new problems. And so it's not that life is not giving you new experiences. It is. It's giving you new conversations or new opportunities for conversations. It's giving you new opportunities for how to deal with a situation. It's giving you new relationships. But it's the way that you come into these relationships, the old part of you, that old method that you have, that you're sentimentally attached to, that you keep bringing to these new experiences, that makes it seem like it's the same thing over and over again. So it's not life that's repeating itself. It's not life that's boring. It's actually you that brings the boredom into the experiences. It's you that brings the boredom into these opportunities of relationships that life is giving you. It's you that brings the boredom into these challenges that you're facing. Just because you have one way of solving a problem and it gives you that result that you want doesn't mean you have to use it all the time. For you to add variety, to add flavor, to add different experiences, novelty to your life, you want to change things a bit. You want to try different ways of solving the problem so that you can have different experience in solving that problem. The result is the same, yes, and a client would tell me, but it gives me the same result. Yes, it gives you the same result, but it doesn't give you the same experience. So when we're looking at perhaps different situations that the person has been facing and has been using the same similar solution to all the situations, then I ask, what else could you have done? And then when they start exploring what else they could have done, they're like, but it gives me the same result. I'm like, yes, it gives you the same result, but you don't get the same experience. And that's what we're aiming for. That's what might get you to feel unstuck, to get unstuck. I'm not saying it's all the time that we feel stuck because we don't want to change. Sometimes life can be difficult, but in a lot of cases, we are the stuck that we bring to getting stuck in life, we ourselves.